What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com, and I got a free pick for you from this Minnesota Vikings versus Washington Commanders NFL matchup going down on Sunday, December 7th, 2025. But before we get to that free pick, if you are looking for my best bets, the ones I love the most, the ones that I have the most money on every single day, you can head to Pickdawgz.com and click the premium picks or the experts tab at the top of the page. You can also click the link in the description of this video below. We give out so much free pick content here at Pickdawgz that you know the plays on the premium side are the best of the best. So Pickdawgz Premium is for. But we've also got our inner circle. It's something we've mentioned a lot in our videos as of late. It's not for everyone. It's for those who have placed larger bets of at least $1,000 or more per game, which is the requirement to be accepted into this service. But we've had a lot of big bettors and high rollers join this club already, taking advantage of things like early releases, bankroll management, one-on-one coaching. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, something that's sounds like something that you're trying to get out of your betting, reach out to the number on the screen. We'll be more than happy to give you some information. But let's get to this one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. I've had to stop myself from saying Washington Redskins a couple of times just because even though it's been this way for 3 years, it's still, I don't know, someone just, triggered in my brain that I almost want to say it. But either, bring it back. But, the Minnesota Vikings come into this one 4-8 on the year, straight up and against the spread. They've lost 4 in a row after a 26-0 shutout at the hands of the Seattle Seahawks, while Washington comes into this game with a record of 3-9 on the year, 4-8 against the number this season, after losing 7 in a row, after a 27-26 loss to Denver in their last matchup. And, Minnesota, they played Seattle, tough last week, even though the final score doesn't indicate that. Because you look at some of the numbers that Sam Darnold had in his rematch against his former team, he was only 14 of 26 for 128 yards. The tandem of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet had combined for 108 rushing yards on 27 carries. So that was a Seattle offense that just really wasn't doing a whole lot of damage offensively in that game. So it leads me to say, well, what happened in that game? Well, 4 field goals. You had a pick 6 from Seattle near the end of the first half, and then you had a 17-yard rushing touchdown from Zach Charbonnet in the fourth quarter. But what also happened was it was just turnovers and poor quarterback play and short fields for Minnesota that gave Seattle that field position to be able to take advantage of that and be able to get those short scores. And I don't expect much different here. The Washington Commanders, it looks like they're going to be starting Jaden Daniels here, which for me, side note, I have no idea why you're doing this if you're the Washington Commanders. You have seen the injuries that Jaden Daniels has taken this season, whether it was his arm injury or, a potential concussion or what have you. He is your cornerstone quarterback for the future, and you are throwing him in danger in a lost season. I get it. You don't want to openly admit to tanking, but think of it like this. If you lose him, you're putting your whole franchise in danger because you saw what he could do last year in his rookie season. This year's just been plagued by injuries, and that's part of the reason why Washington has not won a game since October 5th. But even then, what's the worst that can happen? You get a high draft pick, you get him another weapon to help because you've been losing guys left and right. So that's besides the point. But I think it's still showing something that Washington is at least competing. I mean, they held themselves in tight with Denver in that game. They went toe-to-toe with Miami on the road. They've still just been a lot more competitive. And even with Jaden Daniels coming back, like I said, even though the decision to me doesn't make sense, at the end of the day, I'm not the one that gets paid to make that decision. And if he's playing, I trust Washington and their quarterback play than whatever crap is going on in Minnesota right now. I'm sorry, but the Minnesota Vikings are just a disaster right now. I don't know how this team has 4 wins. Either way, I'm rolling with Washington in this game. Like I said, it's a lost season, and right now I feel like every win hurts them more than it helps. But it is what it is. This team's going to roll out Jaden Daniels here. I'm going to roll with the Commanders in this one. Maybe it's a fate of Minnesota more than anything else, but either way, that's my free pick. Thank you so much for checking out this free pick video. Let me know who you guys like in this game in the comments section below. And if you are looking for my best bets, you can head to Pickdawgz Premium, or you can click the link in the description of this video below and use the promo code PICK, P-I-C-K at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase. Best of luck. We'll see you guys soon.